So if you were in my live the other day, you saw a few people were asking me what fragrances that I would miss now that fall's coming up, and I live in an area of the United States that once fall comes, there is no warm weather anymore. It's always going to be 40 degrees or below. And so I decided I was going to make a list of the top 5 fragrances that now that the cool weather is coming, that I'm going to miss that are usually for warm weather. And so without further ado, let's get it. Alright, my great smelling dudes, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another fragrance video. Thank you so much for joining me again. Before we get into the video, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for future notifications. Always helps out my channel and gets you my videos first. So with that said, again, I was in my live the other day, and a couple people asked me what fragrances that I would miss now that the fall season's coming. I live in Pittsburgh, which once the fall season comes, we really don't get above like 50 degrees. It gets real cold and you can't wear those spring and summer fragrances anymore. So which ones am I going to miss the most? So in this video, I'm going to be giving you 5. I'm not going to be doing any runner-ups, just the 5 that I'm going to be missing the most. And some of these might be a shocker, but there's reasons why they are going to be fragrances that I'm going to be missing and not wearing during the fall and winter. So I'm going to get into the first one here. And the first one is the reason behind it, I will tell you in a second, but from Guerlain, this is Lhomme Ideal Cologne. I know this is a discontinued cologne. I don't really like to feature too many discontinueds on my channel, but this one you can still find for a good price. I saw it on Amazon the other day for $90. It's on News Parfums for like $60. But anyway, the main notes that you get in Lhomme Ideal Cologne are grapefruit, bergamot, almond, and musk. There's also touches of pink pepper and sandalwood and neroli in here, but for the most part, if you've ever tried the Lhomme Ideal line, it is an almond from fragrance line. Pretty much it has this like slightly powdery almond. It's sweet, it's nutty, it's really nice. And so most of them, like the ones that you see up there, the original, the Eau de Parfum, the L'Intense, the Extreme, they take that nuttiness and they turn it into a fall and winter deeper fragrance. There's only 2 that turned it into a fresh fragrance. Lhomme Ideal Cool, which was not that great. It has mint in it. This one is their best fresh fragrance for the spring and summer. And the reason I'm going to miss it is because I ran out of my bottle at the beginning of spring. And then I didn't find a new bottle until about 2-3 weeks ago. And so I didn't really get to wear it that much. And now that I have fall coming, I have the rest of the Lhomme Ideal line to wear. So I'm going to be missing this because I didn't get to wear it that much. So again, it's that Lhomme Ideal almond, but then you also get a little bit of the florally neroli in there, as well as the citrus backbone. It lightens up that almond. It's still sweet. It still has that vanillic vibe, but for the most part, it just adds in this like lemon, zest, citrus, as well as some fresh aromatics and stuff like that, mixing in, also giving it some creaminess. It's really a nice fragrance, one that you should try to get your nose on and also try to buy before it does go away for good. But that's Lhomme Ideal Cologne by Guerlain. My probably number 5. I'm not really going to go in any order here. The next one, you guys won't be surprised by Lacoste. This is Lacoste Blanc Eau Fraiche. So some of the main notes that you get in Lacoste Blanc Eau Fraiche are ginger, woods, lemon, and cedar, as well as other notes like ambroxan and grapefruit. But for the most part, you just need to know the ginger in the woods, as well as some citruses in there. That's what this fragrance is mostly based around, with a kind of like an ambroxan surrounding the fragrance, giving it this like light fizzy aromatics. But Lacoste Blanc Eau Fraiche, I've talked about it so many times on my channel, so I won't spend too much time on it. It is a new release in 2022. It came out probably March. I've been wearing it, as you can tell, pretty much all spring and summer. With that said, it's not a fragrance that you can wear once the weather does get cooler. Some people might disagree with me, but this is a spring and summer fragrance. It starts out with this nice citrus, ginger, slightly aromatic feel. It feels almost airy, as if you're walking through the woods, and you're getting a cool rush of air mixed with citruses and woods. Really nice fragrance. You also get this nice snap from the ginger. Then the ambroxan starts to pull in, and it really does give it this fizzy vibe. Really nice, one that you should definitely get your hands on, but if you haven't already, I would probably wait until the spring. Lacoste Blanc Eau Fraiche, one of my favorite releases of the year. The third fragrance on my list is going to be one, again, that no one is going to be surprised about, as I've talked about it, saying that it is my favorite summer fragrance, especially for the high heat. This is by Dolce & Gabbana. It is Light Blue Eau Intense. So this is one of those aromatic citrus marine fragrances that if you don't have it in your collection and you don't whether it's because of price or whatever, this is a low price. You can get it under $50. It is one of the best fragrances out there. If you like freshies, this is a staple in anyone's collection. And not only that, I've also said if you like to layer, you should layer this with Tommy Bahama's Set Sail St. Bart's. It kind of turns it into a tropical citrus mojito, and it also makes Set Sail St. Bart's last like 4 or 5 more hours than it already does. So that's probably the best layering combo for spring and summer, and you should definitely try that out. So anyway, Light Blue Eau Intense, back to that. The main notes that you get in this are grapefruit, sea notes, juniper, and amberwood. You also do get some musk in there. I mean, it's pretty much from the opening to the dry down. But the main notes that you get in this fragrance, especially from the opening, you get this grapefruit. Not like the new Light Blue Italian Love that has this like rindy grapefruit that comes off odd to people. The grapefruit in this is the one that I like, which is that citrusy grapefruit. It's pretty much known for it. And then once you get into the mid, into the dry down, you get a little bit of florals in there. You also get these sea notes or like marine notes, and then you also do get some amberwood, but it's not like an amberwood fragrance where it really warms it up or anything like that. It kind of just adds this sweet aromatic aspect, and it's really nice. This fragrance through and through is just going to be musky, marine, sweet, citrusy, and that's it. It's nothing special as far as, or nothing unique, but outside of that, it does what it needs to do, and it makes you smell great, and people notice you. It projects very nicely, especially in the high heat. It's activated by the heat. So Light Blue Eau Intense, one of the best, if not the best summer fragrance out there, and I'm definitely going to miss it. Getting into the last two here, the first one is going to be one that I heard about from SoCal Scents. I didn't want to blind buy it because I never saw it in stores or anything. There's 4 different bottles that come with it, and I finally picked up one for a really nice price, well technically 2, and this is by Jean-Paul Gaultier. It is Male Eau Fraiche. This is the Andre edition. They also have Superman, but they also have Popeye and then the original. I'm going to get Popeye at some point just to complete the collector's edition, but I'm not going to get the original. So if you like the Le Male line, as you know, there's Le Male, Ultra Male, Le Parfum. They all kind of gear towards the fall and winter. They don't really have many fresh versions out there. I mean, I think there's like Aviator and Airlines, but they're not really too popular. They're not that great. This one, I can tell you, is definitely worth the purchase. The only 2 that I can tell you are worth the purchase are this and the new Pride 2022, but only buy one or the other because really, they're in the same realm. They'll be used for the same thing. I like this bottle better, just the way that it looks. But anyway, the main notes that you get in Male Eau Fraiche are mint, amber, vanilla, and woods. It's like a green aromatic sweetness throughout this entire fragrance. So if you took, and the best way to explain it is if you took the original Male, you modernized it, made it fresh, and put like a little greenness all the way around the fragrance. That is what you get here. Although it does not feel too green, it more focuses on that lavender vanilla mixture that you get in a lot of the other fragrances that you just, again, make it just fresh. It's the best way to explain it. It's just a fresh version of Male. It's just modernized. But you do get some mint aspects really surrounding the fragrance. It doesn't really come off like a spearmint or any kind of mint that has like the menthol vibe. It just adds that green aspect. The vanilla is one of the main portions of this. It does add that sweetness to it. If you like those sweet, almost gourmand fragrances, kind of very, very similar to Lhomme Ideal Cologne, Male Eau Fraiche is definitely going to do that for you. It's very similar to that in the type of fragrance that it is. It smells fantastic, and it's one that you're going to want to get your hands on, and I'm going to miss it because just like Lhomme Ideal Cologne, I didn't pick it up until about 3-4 weeks ago. And so I'd like to wear it more. It's just once the fall comes, especially in my area, it's not going to be one that I can wear. So that's Male Eau Fraiche Andre Edition. And the last one is going to be the one that's going to, people are just kind of scratching their heads here because a lot of people say that you can wear this all year round. Again, it all depends on where you live, but based on the fact that during the fall and winter, I like to wear the sweeter, creamier, heavier fragrances. Not all the time, but I also like to get rid of this because I don't like to wear it at those times just where I live. And this is by Rasasi. It is Rasasi Hawas. I've talked about this 100 times. It's the fruity citrus aquatic fragrance. The main notes that you get into it are plum, watery notes, cinnamon, and musk, along with a lot of other things. It's a fruity aquatic, focuses on that watery, fruity plum. You get some musks in there as well as some aromatics. It is a really nice fragrance, but to me, just where I live, it is not the type of fragrance that you wear in the cooler weather where it's just about to be snowing, in the fall where it's like 30 or 40 degrees where I live. I just think that this is more of a fragrance that's like 40 to 90 degrees. You can wear it anytime. It's just, I have so many other fragrances, and while Hawas is one of my favorite fragrances out there, it's in my top 10. I just don't see myself wearing it during those months. I know a lot of people do, and more power to you. But I'm really going to miss wearing it just because of the fact that I don't feel right wearing it where I live. That watery aquatics just don't fit in with the cold, at least where I live again. But that is Rasasi Hawas, the last one on my list, and one that I can tell you that if you don't own, you can find it for $30 or $40. If it's not at that price right now, just wait about a month. It will come on Joma Shop or somewhere for about $40. And if you do look on Amazon, they have their own Rasasi shop on Amazon where they usually run for about 49 bucks. But Rasasi Hawas, that's my last one. But again, those are 5 fragrances I'm going to miss now going into fall. I'm going to have a couple fall lists coming up here soon. I just don't want to get too heavy into fall until fall comes for pretty much anybody. But thank you guys very much. Let me know below what fragrances you're going to miss if you live in areas like I do. I know if you live in like Florida or wherever, that you're not going to really have to put any of your collection away. But with that said, thank you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Peace.